Imagine planning the most impossible mission in history. Not to steal gold, not to assassinate a king, not even to win a war, to kidnap the Emperor of China, the most powerful man on earth, in his own city, inside his own palace, surrounded by his own army. The problem? You only have 40 men, and if you fail, your entire people may disappear forever. This is not a legend. This is not mythology. This happened 639 AD Chang'an, China, and the man behind it was a prisoner who had finally run out of patience. His name was Kürşad. To understand Kürşad, you need to understand what was taken from him. Not gold, not land, something worse. Go back 60 years. The Eastern Göktürk Khaganate, one of the most powerful empires on the Eurasian steppe. A people who had never, not once, bowed to a foreign power. They rode where they wanted. They ruled what they took. They answered to no one. Then it all falls apart. Not because of a great enemy, not because of a brilliant general. From the inside, betrayal, famine, civil war, and the Tang Dynasty of China, patient, watchful, waiting, sees its moment. The Tang army moves, and just like that, a people who had spent generations defining themselves by their freedom bow. But the Tang emperor, Taizong, is too smart to just take their land. Land can be reclaimed, armies can regroup, people can rise again, if they still remember who they are. So Taizong does something more dangerous. He brings the Göktürk nobility to his court in Chang'an, the princes, the leaders, the sons of Khagans. He gives them titles, fine robes, comfortable rooms. He puts them in his court, gives them positions, treats them well, because a prisoner who hates you is dangerous. But a prisoner who starts to forget who he is? That's not a prisoner anymore. That's a weapon pointed at his own people. And every year, another Göktürk child grew up speaking Chinese. Every year, another family forgot the old songs. Every year, another piece of who they were quietly disappeared. Among those prisoners was one man, a prince, the son of a Khagan. A man who had grown up hearing stories about the open steppe, the sky, the horses, the wind, and now stood in a Chinese palace, wearing Chinese clothes, serving a Chinese emperor. His name was Kürşad, and for 40 years, he watched. He waited. He swallowed his anger every single morning. But anger, real anger, doesn't disappear. It accumulates, quietly, steadily. Until one day, the man carrying it makes a decision, not a rational one, not a safe one. The kind of decision a man makes when he realizes obedience has become more painful than death. Kürşad looks out at Chang'an, the largest city on earth. 1 million people, walls within walls, soldiers everywhere, and somewhere inside it, the emperor. He starts to plan. Here's the first problem. Kürşad can't just recruit people. He can't hold meetings. He can't send letters. Tang spies are woven into the fabric of the city. The court is full of people who would sell him out for a promotion. A promotion. Not even much money, just a better title. One wrong conversation, one moment of weakness, and not just Kürşad dies. Everyone he's spoken to dies. Their families, possibly their entire bloodline. So he moves the only way he can. Slowly, in the dark, one man at a time. The first man he approaches says yes immediately, doesn't even hesitate, like he'd been waiting for someone to ask. The second takes 3 days. 3 days of silence after Kürşad speaks to him. 3 days of Kürşad not knowing. Did he say yes? Did he go to the guards? Is this already over? On the third night, the man appears. Sits down. Nods once. That's it. The third man almost reports him. Gets halfway to the guard post. Stops. Turns around. Shows up at Kürşad's door an hour later. Doesn't explain why he changed his mind. Doesn't need to. The fourth man cries. doesn't say a word, just sits there and cries, then wipes his face, stands up, and joins. This is how you build an army of 40 in the most dangerous city on earth. Not with speeches, not with promises. One man at a time, each one a gamble, each one another person who could destroy them all. He doesn't look for the strongest, he doesn't look for the most skilled. He looks for men who have nothing left. Men who had already, quietly, privately, said goodbye to the life they were supposed to have. Men who had been swallowing the same anger for 40 years and were running out of room, night by night, week by week. 10 men, 20, 30, 40, 40 men. In the most surveilled city in the ancient world, sitting together in the dark, planning the impossible. The plan itself is almost beautiful in how insane it is. Emperor Taizong loves to hunt. He leaves the palace regularly, rides out with a smaller retinue, less security, open terrain, a moving target. That is the window. 40 men intercept him on the road. Take him alive. With the emperor as hostage, they negotiate. Freedom for the Göktürk people. Safe passage back to the steppe. A chance to rebuild everything that was taken. Silence fills the room after Kürşad finishes, because every man there is running the same numbers, 40 men, against the guards of the Emperor of China, in enemy territory, with no backup, no escape route, no plan B. One man speaks. What if it goes wrong? Kürşad looks at him. Then we die on our feet, not on our knees. That's it. That's the whole argument. No grand speech, no promise of victory, just that. And one by one, every man in that room stands up. Not because they believe they'll win, but because they've already lost everything that mattered. And this is the one thing no one can take from them, the choice to fight back. The night before the operation, Chang'an sleeps. The city doesn't know. The emperor doesn't know. 40 men check their weapons in silence. No speeches, no rituals, just the sound of metal and the quiet understanding that some of them are hearing it for the last time. Kürşad looks out at the city one more time. 40 men. One night. No way back. They don't have to wait long. Dawn breaks over Chang'an, gray, heavy, wet. And with it, rain. Not a drizzle, not a passing shower. The kind of rain that comes down like a decision. Heavy, cold, relentless. The emperor cancels the hunt. He stays in the palace. Let that sink in for a second. Months of planning. Months of whispered conversations in the dark. Months of fear of checking faces, watching eyes, waiting for the knock on the door that meant someone had talked. 40 men had risked everything just to get to this morning. And the emperor doesn't leave. Because of rain. History turns on moments like this. Not on great battles, not on brilliant strategies. On rain. A lesser man goes back. But there is no other day. 40 men who gathered in secret once cannot gather again. So Kürşad changes the plan. If the emperor won't come to them, they go to the emperor. 40 men, into the imperial palace. They move at night, into the palace grounds. The first guards don't see them coming. For a few minutes it works. Then one shout, one guard, one moment, and the palace wakes up. They find the emperor's chamber. The door is open, the room is empty, still warm. He was here. Later accounts would claim Taizong could hear the fighting from wherever they had moved him, listening to 40 men tearing through his palace to find him. So close, so impossibly close. But close is not enough. The 40 form up, back to back, weapons out, and they fight. The way men fight when the mission is over, but the pride isn't. One by one, the 40 fall, each one falling forward, not back. Kürşad is the last. The accounts differ on the details, but they agree on one thing. He doesn't run. By the time the sun rises over Chang'an, the palace is quiet again. The emperor is safe. The 40 are gone. They failed. The emperor escaped. The empire didn't fall. 40 men died in a palace and nothing, on paper, changed. Except, word spreads differently than armies. Word moves through whispers, through travelers, through stories told around fires on the steppe. A Göktürk prince, 40 men, the heart of Chang'an. They went in, they fought, they chose. And every Göktürk who hears the story feels something shift, because for 40 years the message had been, this is just how it is now. This is the world. Learn to live in it. And Kürşad, with 40 men and one impossible knight, had sent back a different message. No. 6 years later, 682 AD, the Göktürks rise. A new leader, a new army, a new Khaganate, what historians call the Second Göktürk Empire. And when they look for the moment that kept the fire burning through 40 years of silence, they find one night, Chang'an, 639 AD, 40 men who decided that dying on their feet was worth more than living on their knees. The Tang Dynasty, the empire that hunted them. Most people today couldn't name its emperor, couldn't place it on a map, couldn't tell you a single story from its court. But Kürşad, 40 men, 14 centuries later, we still say their names. Because empires are built to be forgotten. But the ones who refused to disappear, the ones who looked at impossible odds and chose anyway, they have a way of lasting forever.